Hello again, Doc on the clock with more MAGMML Episode 0. I have just updated to version 1.11, which has a few minor changes and bug fixes, some of which involve things that I've done before, some which involve things I have not yet done. Nothing massively major, I don't believe. I'm going to return to Mega City briefly just to show something that I learned. So, on the menu, something that you can do is highlight a chip selection and a weapon that you are wanting, and then hold the weapon wheel button. You can register it in your weapon wheel. And then when you hold the weapon wheel button, you can go right to that selection. Handy, isn't it? Well, to a degree anyway. Also, one thing that did change is the dash graphics for the different costumes are different now. So Zero's looks a little bit different. But yes, like I was about to say at some point, weapon wheel. It's an interesting aspect here. I need to actually switch this. So you can quickly switch to some common weapons that you use. And then just kind of quickly rush to them. I'd say these are probably the four most common that I use right now. You can select up to 8. But this brings up a little interesting thing. So, weapon wheel button is another button that you can use. There are a multitude of commands in this game. There is a jump button, there is a shoot button, there is a dash button. You can also dash by the standard slide command down B if you have that set up. There's a stomp button, a stomp dash button, which again also has a hot command, but you probably want to have a button assigned to it. Because I'm not very good at getting it to actually activate. There's a previous weapon, there's a next weapon, there's a pause button, there's a select, it's a special button for switching the chip on the fly, and there's a weapon wheel button. That's 9 buttons. I'm playing with an SNES controller. Guess how many buttons the SNES controller has? It has 8. There are some advantages occasionally to having Joy-to-Key active. And that is that with Joy-to-Key, I can select a command to assign multiple possible actions to a single button. So my quick weapon switch buttons, L and R, if I hold them down, are now assigned to... if I hold them down for long enough, are assigned to bring up the weapon wheel. So, that's going to be interesting. Anyway, we have 4 different places to go. So, we have a chip that is for fire, a chip that is for ice, and a path that is obviously for ice, a chip that's for lightning, and a chip that's for some sort of psychic power. I mean, it works for Pokemon, so why not? I don't know which of these is lightning, which is psychic. I have completely forgotten which one popped up first, so... This looks a little bit more... maybe... energy-oriented? But I don't know. Anyway, we have 4 stages here. These, I don't know if it's 4 stages or 4 paths, honestly. I'm kind of leaning towards it being 4 paths because it looks like there's a lot more space here for levels than just, you know, 1. But which to do first? Well, I kind of like the idea of getting the lightning one first, but I don't remember which one it is. And you know what they say in Legend of Zelda, if all else fails, use fire. So, Scorched Factory it is. And you can see I've got that weapon wheel up, but it takes a little bit to come up, so I'm not going to be able to really use it on the fly. But I don't typically like to do a rapid switch on the fly anyway. I like to have a moment to figure out what I'm doing. So, it's not a big loss. You are interesting. Alright. So we have new baseball guys to deal with. What makes you different from any of the others? Ooh, this is an interesting scrolling platform section. Yeah, I see this. Oh, okay. Which way is the way of bonus and which way is the way of progress? Well, this path seems a little bit harder, being perfectly honest, so... And yes, CD up here. Ooh, whoa. A little bit nerve-wracking, not gonna lie, but I mean, they're for bonus stuff. I would expect them to be a little bit nerve-wracking. Gotta take out that Z-Saber here and there. You know, Mega Man games are typically balanced a little bit more around ranged combat, so this is a mildly bit risky, but... not as risky as that, though, apparently. That was rather silly of me, and I don't start out with the saber equipped. I should probably remember that. Yeah. Well, that was not much better than the original. I am going to need some health pretty quickly here. Or a checkpoint. I'll take a checkpoint. At least now if I die, it should be okay. Okay, this is terrifying. Also, these spikes are now doing all the damage instead of a quarter. That's probably because they're set to be actual spikes rather than damage spikes. That's an option that you can do in MAGMML engine. I don't want to be chased down by these guys while I'm trying to time my stuff here. Maybe Chapter 1 just had damage spikes just to, you know, kind of introduce you to them. What in the world are you two? Got some Sentai garbage going on here. Oh. And they're elementally aligned. How about that? I might as well hit them both at once. It's usually preferable. Uh-oh. Okay, am I running on a time limit here, or is this... Okay, it's not going back down. Okay. I've got something a little bit more hazardous here. Ooh. I want some time to rethink my life's decisions. I've gotten both CDs, so I'm not worried about that. It looks like we've got a boss here. And the boss is... someone. The boss is kind of difficult. I kind of wanted to see if the saber would do more damage. That was probably not the time to figure that out. Saber is, in fact, more damaging. Yeah. I think I'm probably going to die here. Yes, I am. I was not being overly cautious. Okay, let's start by being a little bit safer here. Realizing that I still don't know his pattern at all. Oh. Dashes twice, and he goes over, does a shockwave throw, does the one, and pounds the ground. Okay, pattern deciphered. Amazingly enough, bosses are usually easier once you know what they're doing. Yeah, that wasn't too bad at all once I actually, you know, bothered to learn the pattern rather than trying to dink around to find the best weapon to use. Turns out the best weapon to use was just to keep shooting him and know what he was doing. What did we get for CDs? We'll be able to find out pretty quickly. Fighting Fafnir! What? I pressed the wrong button again. I'm good at this. Robots based around fire tend to be the most aggressive and explosive, and Fafnir is no exception. He'll take any chance to take part in a battle as long as it's clean and fair, as he does it for the thrill of it. He often challenges base for a one-on-one duel, and when he heard about Zero, he couldn't wait on to take a new worthy opponent. Although he's a battle-loving general, he strives for peace, with his primary purpose being destroying pollution. He frequently hangs out with his buddies Tornado Man and Splash Woman. Is this guy... I don't know if he's actually a real Robot Master or a fan-based dude. Elemental Aces, a pair of robots designed for temperature maintenance at the factory, repurposed by Fafnir to hold Zero back as he causes havoc. I thought Fafnir was about the clean and fair battles? Internal canon isn't even consistent. Ugh. Each of them is equipped with technology capable of creating extreme heat or cold, allowing for quick temperature manipulation of entire rooms. Despite their opposing elements, they don't fight often, only really arguing when visitors come to the factory. Okay, if you say so. Alright, well, I think that'll do for this episode. We've got a good bit of meat here, so that's all for me for now. Until next time, this is Doc. I'll see you.